Howdy, you might be wondering where we are right now in the Legends universe, and well, we are currently on stage 19. Now, if you've been following the series of this existing Chimps run, you might have heard me say last episode that this might be the end. So why am I still here showing you this run? Well, that's also because in that message I said, if I ran into something really cool, I think I'd show you guys. So let me give you a brief summary of what happened since I left off at stage 16. At the end of stage 17, we had Elite Bloons, which was pretty easy to take down, as with all end bosses. I recently just started realizing how good spike factories are in the Epic late game, because with the artifacts that grant bonus pierce, unlike other towers, for the spike factory, that basically doubles as a damage bonus. So you stack damage plus attack speed plus pierce on spike factories, and you get them basically being able to do a majority of the damage against Bloons without even getting a Mob Shredder. I also ended up picking the Expertise Insta, and here are the stage 17 stats. And at stage 18, we end up using the power of the Expertise against Elite Phase. It's actually not that strong. The greatest part of it is obviously the one discount upgrade that it has. But the passive bonuses it provides to the spike and attack is enough to break it down easy peasy. And take a look at what happens. Or rather, what our selection is at the end of this. It's a new artifact I haven't come across yet. One Monkey Army. Heroes count as all categories, deal double damage to bosses, and see camo. Heroes earn 1000% less XP, and non-hero monkeys deal no hit damage. So it shouldn't take much explaining to see how this artifact completely changes the way we play. Now, instead of using our other, 8 monkeys in the party, they're all useless. They do no damage. Only Adora now. So I guess with our current maxed out 50 artifacts, we'll see just how powerful Adora is in a second. Because I'd wager like 2/3 of these artifacts right now inherently buff Adora, whereas before it'd be like maybe, I don't know, 5 to 10 artifacts. However, to save time and blast through stages, I'm still gonna skip the main encounters. But I will give the minigames and bosses a look because they don't cost lives to try one time. Unfortunately, at least cash here. I don't know if I'm gonna play all rounds here because I don't technically need any more legendaries, but we'll see, and we'll see if just $1,000 is enough to beat up to round 154. So before I press play here, I want to go over which artifacts actually affect Adora now. Because when it counts as all categories, basically any artifact that says primary, military, magic, or support is now counted. So for example over here, with this artifact, Adora has 36% more pierce and 18% attack range. Another 25% attack speed and 30% damage over here. 53% attack speed with this one, and 26% pierce. Another 30% damage, and Discord now applies to Adora. Anybody know her Discord tag? Anyway, 18% attack speed, 30% damage, and a big crit. Attack speed, attack speed, attack speed, Ducky-geddon. 18, and then 80% attack speed. And lastly, apparently this artifact nerfs Adora because she's counted, if she's at level 20, which you see right now, then this tier 5 applies. It's basically level 5 here or above. So I think I'm gonna delete that maybe after this run. If we can't beat it, that is. But here we go. Bring on round 109 and let's see Adora in action. Here comes the ball light and take a look at that DPS. It's actually surprising with all those artifacts. It's not as high as I thought. But that might be because I don't think Ball of Light is affected by... what is it, a rate buffs? I'm not sure, but oh my god. I'm pretty sure Adora already kind of did a crazy pattern like this, in terms of her attacking. But that is definitely one of the more satisfying patterns, and it does look like it's going to be enough to beat round 109. Oh, and by the way, the Mob and Ceramic HP at this point is 420, basically. I ran it up. And again, I must stress this is with the nerf with it just magic artifact, so it would basically be double the damage if I got rid of that. Also, hold up, do we have enough cooldown reduction at this point that the Ball of Light uptime is almost 100? I got a double take on that, let's see. Yeah, it's 90% right now, so I'm just missing a little bit. But if Ball of Light is 90, then that basically means Adora's Long Armor Light is 100%, so that's awesome. And with the Tech Bot artifact that I have, I can just be hands off with the Micro and let the game do the talking. If there's one thing I'm disappointed about this artifact, though, is that even though it's just one tower, it still lags. Which I think proves that it's mostly to do with the stacking artifacts that causes, the game to take forever in terms of trying to calculate all the damage. Pretty sure it is inevitable at this stage of the game. And also, this doesn't mean I can't drop any tower at all, even though my other monkeys do 0 damage. For example, let's try the bomb shooter here. Wait a minute, that's not no-hit damage. I've been lied to. Now, what it looks like to me is that it's actually doing the amount of damage it would do without any artifact bonuses. Still, I don't know why it's doing any more than 0 damage. That being said, though, you can drop other towers. It's just right now, there's no really use other than really sacrificing for more Adora attack speed, which is pretty important if I was close to dying. I think with the one monkey army, what you want in terms of your party is just actual utility towers, so like ice or glue, or I guess village. Village is pretty nice here. Doesn't this mean now Adora inherits the cooldown reduction? Yeah, that's 25% CDR that the expertise gives, so now our ball light should be basically full uptime. What's funny about having all monkeys count as all categories is apparently the free tier 2s can apply to the expertise himself, so who doesn't like a free discount village? There's no reason not to go for that now. Yep, and as you can see here, wait a minute, I'm looking here again, and it seems like the ball light cooldown is still not, like, full uptime, so I guess it doesn't apply? Interesting. Maybe Ninja Kiwi forgot or something because it's supposed to. Either way, I won't question it. Let's just get rid of the tower so that there's not another projectile causing lag. But at this point, I'm not even kidding, to play out the rest of the 37 rounds of this least cash challenge here would take me, like, over an hour. Yes, that is genuinely how awful the lag is in late game Legends. Just not optimized for free play at all. And so because of that, and me technically not needing more legendaries, because again, there's a 50 artifact cap that they added to Legends, and so there's a chance even if I go through all the rounds here, I won't have anything to show for it, so instead, we're just gonna move on. Because I think you guys get the point. Maybe if it's like a mini-boss, then it'd be a bit more bearable. Now let's see if any of these artifacts apply to Adora. I think this one does, but I definitely don't want more crits. I know Ninja Kiwi kept saying they fixed the crit thing, but I swear to God, some of these artifacts just cause lag no matter what NK says about it. But yeah, here's a brief overview of what we do in late free play in case you didn't know already. Skip as many encounters as possible, heal at every tile. As much as I'd love to recruit like glues and ices to help with Adora, we don't need it, and I'd rather use those on heals. I will give this Dread Moon a shot though. We need to beat 84 tiers. Reloaded the game to address the memory leak. Let's go. Shouldn't need to buy any in-game boosts just to get us through, and yeah. I'ma let the tiers do the talking. Like, genuinely, this artifact is a godsend for late game, because what I was doing for the, like, encounters, or just in general, as you saw in the stages prior, like, it was a combination of other towers that, even though, like, you saw how bad the lag was with Adora in the least cash run, it would have been even worse had I dropped, say, like, a Hydro Rocket Pod, or Attack Shitter, or Spike Factory. But this is more like it. Only now do you just get a comment, so maybe I do need some in-game boost, because each skull is taking quite a long time now to get to each one. Like, yeah, Adora's only doing, like, 20, 30k DPS to Dread Moon right now. That isn't cutting it. I think we need to pick some attack speed bonuses. Actually, yeah, attack speed and or damage. Let's first off ban some stuff with the ban artifact that I haven't used all my charges on. We don't want no more battle cats. We want damage, and damage, although if there's a quickening, I'll get it because ability cooldown will now mean the ball light has full uptime. I think now that it has full uptime, we should just focus on only damage. And now an update on our temporary boost. This is what we have. A lot of precisions. I think if you add them all up, 200+% damage, and that is why your damage is now like 100,000 per second. Rare reward earned, 16 to go for legendary. Now, I think this will only be an issue once we get to the 84 goal, and that is, there's no way for me to really end the run. Normally, once you reach a legendary goal in a boss, you want to just sell the tower, but we can't do that because I have CHIMPS mode enabled, and Adora cannot sacrifice herself, in case you're wondering. We should probably only address that once we actually get to 84, though, because holy crap, is it just me, or I think they changed the scaling of mini-bosses. Normally, I'd reach 100 easy peasy, but seeing as each Dread Moon right now has 600,000 HP, wow, getting these legendaries is no joke. Like, if not for the one monkey army artifact, I think it would have been a struggle to get there. And even with it, it took 2/3 of the track, while giving so many buffs on Adora herself. Anyway, there it is. I guess the only thing I could really do is set this to last, but that just makes the projectile start there and then bounce toward Dread Moon, so there's no winning. I'll just have to wait out like the next couple of minutes. Now let's see if we can get an artifact to add leg, or I mean damage to Adora. Well, I do see some things we have existing artifacts of already. I think all 3 of these I have rares of. Obviously, I don't need extra change because all I need is 1080 to start a run. I can get just flat extra damage, or I can have more smites. I mean, it doesn't really matter, so I'll just pick slower is harder. And we get more damage, but we actually don't get more lag because it's the same artifact. That's cool. And great news, we can skip all 4 of the remaining tiles here and get down to 1 life by the end of the stage. Not ideal, but we obviously can heal start next stage, so not a big deal. None of these artifacts are worth taking. This chest here, also worthless. And this 3rd chest, also worthless. Anything we could use with the merchant here? Not really. There are some things that give small bonuses, like 12% attack speed, but I don't think I really care about that too much. And now on to Dread Bloon on High Finance. I just realized that, as great as the One Monkey artifact is, depending on your hero, it might be, like, hard to beat or hard to use for, say, like, Dark Dungeons. If we gotta find a boss on that map, not sure what we would do, because Adora's non-buffed range is pretty tiny, although, again, she will get the ability up immediately. So maybe it's not so bad. Let's bring it on. 1.5 million HP approximately. Do not die here because we only have 1 life. Gotta get ready to hit the pause button if I do see something getting through. Adora's wasting her time shooting her ball, like her beam on the bad. Let's try to focus Dread Bloon if possible. I'm not gonna lie, seeing those yellows sneak through is making me a bit wheezy. Maybe I should leave on a first for safe measures, or not. Trying to agree with the damage here, but I think to play it safe, we'll do a mix of first and strong. First when it seems like the bad's making progress, and strong when I want more Dread Bloon damage, like now. I mean, the projectiles will reach, like, Dread Bloon anyway, look at that. Knocking the ZMGs all the way back like that. Back in first for the FDTs, and back on strong. I wonder how far of a stage we can last with just this one artifact. At this rate, if I had to guess, I think it would last a really, really long time, so whenever we do die, I think I'll probably just do a time skip and not show you every little step I do, because this could take days if I'm guessing. Obviously, it was in the game's fate, but I would have loved to see how this artifact fares in, like, early game. Like, sure, it's OP now, but would it be as OP if we only had a couple artifacts starting off? I think that would have been cool to see us, like, slowly build up Adora. Instead, we just jumped straight to an absolutely Giga Chad Adora. Which, there's nothing wrong about that, but you know. Alright, now, do any of these towers buff Adora in any way? Energizer does give CDR. Well, I don't think CDR is that important. That's worth $17,000. So let's use our Money Mulligan reroll. Anything else here? Nope. We'll just pick a random one and then dump it. GG. And, well, I think I'm kind of cooked for this stage here, because the short path only has 1 campfire, which means if I'm doing the math here, 5 lives, I gotta play at minimum 2 of the encounters. So I suppose we'll pick the 2 easiest for Adora. Definitely not Ravine here. How about this one? Okay, balance is perfect. It's still gonna be bad, don't get me wrong, but this is definitely more bearable than, like, the 40 rounds I had to play for at least cash. Now is also a good time to talk more about the One Monkey army artifact, like in case you were not sure about some of the things it did, because the descriptions are a little bit, I guess you could say, not vague, but could be interpreted in multiple ways. I read this post like several weeks ago on the BG6 subreddit, actually talking about the One Monkey army artifact. Also, is it just me, or does Adora actually barely handle the encounters here? That's not good. It's able to beat the F-Bats, which is good, but that looked like it got a lot further than I thought. Like, imagine we got a map shorter than balance. Again, I don't think we'd be totally screwed because we just simply use her, like, sacrifice ability, and that increases her attack speed by a solid amount, like this, for example. We now get this ability for 1 minute. It doesn't apply to Ball Light, but it should greatly increase her damage in the meanwhile. But here's what I want to go over. Heroes earn 1,000% less XP. At first, I thought it was interpreted as, like, oh, it just makes 10 times less XP, so 10% at the end of each round obviously doesn't matter for this late in the game, because we start so late that Adora just gets free 20 levels on the first round, so no need to worry about the downside. But apparently, it's, like, not to be interpreted as 10 times less XP, but genuinely minus 1,000%, so she won't gain XP from ending rounds at all. You can only get it through purchasing each level, or, well, purchasing each level. Also, this is kind of strange, but based on OP's findings, heroes deal 2x damage to bosses actually means every balloon in general. So that's free damage, I guess, which is good, and I'm not complaining. And now for the no-hit damage thing. Apparently, OP discovered that this makes monkeys have their damage set to 0. However, they have a unique property now, like their projectiles, called None. And weirdly enough, you can actually cheese the system simply by getting an MIB. But the damage will not be the same. You need damage artifacts to make it do damage. I think that explains why the Mob Mauler, for example, was doing a little bit of damage. If we check with the Hydra Rocket here, well, this is the wrong placement to put it, so never mind. But let me try again with the Spike Factory here, okay. It still also is no-hit damage. I know none of the other towers had MIB, which the post said you needed, but it worked with a bomb without MIB, so that's why I'm confused. And it seems like it's 0, so it might have just been, I don't know. No, well, either way, I'm just gonna use that bomb as sacrifice fodder, and I lied. I don't think even 20 rounds of this is bearable. Not only is Adora barely clinging on to these rounds here, but these rounds are taking multiple minutes because of how awful the lag is, and it won't get any better for the next 17 rounds here. Whoa, 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 hold up here. I thought I could AFK to 138, but you saw those bats sneaking in through the exit there. And that's even with keep on, like, continuously getting damage buffs. Hey, look, finally our expertise is doing damage, like, 25 at a time. Anyway, average Bloons TD 6 performance right here. Yes, this is all from just playing one encounter, by the way. I'm closing the game and reopening it after every single one. Or else God knows how much worse it can get. Now, I think what would really help me is not Battlecat, but I found it. High Impact Glue. I've needed this. Because as you see, I have Sticky Situation, which makes heroes deal 75% extra damage to balloons. But I don't have a glue in my party, but thankfully this adds a 101. I don't even have to keep the artifact itself, I just have to pick it up, and then I'm able to swap that monkey in my party out. So maybe with this artifact, now I can actually AFK. Because not only was it no fun sitting on that counter for like 30 minutes, it was also no fun trying to monitor it just to make sure I wasn't going to die at any point in the run. Now I gotta play one of the next 4. I don't want to risk the other ones being too hard, like the ZMG makes rounds start even later, so that would make things harder. I think Dark Path is pretty easy. Anyway, check this out now. That to me, it looks like it's doing a lot more damage to bads. Now, unfortunately, it is a bad cross path, like it has limited pierce. Although I know we have a lot of pierce artifacts, so maybe this is like closer to IDK. 6 pierce, even though the base glue only has 1. Good thing there were only 2 tiles I had to play here, otherwise I might have to start crashing out. To beat Vortex, what map? Pretty easy one, but watch out for the multi-lane. Now, we definitely don't want Adora anywhere near where Vortex is, so she doesn't get stunned, so I guess in the middle is safe. And I guess just for this boss here, it's looking like it's gonna be a Ball Light solo, at least it'll have to be. Because even with the long arm light ability, let me just see how much extra range it is, okay. Well, once Vortex gets knocked back, it's not gonna be in range anymore, so it's pure Ball Light time. Put it on last turreting anytime we can. Cool thing too is that the Ball Light actually goes through the shield layer. The 6-second invulnerability. Unfortunately, our glue is stunned, so I think we aren't gonna get the damage bonus anymore on Vortex. That moment when the BEDs are way more threatening than Vortex, I have to actually leave on it first, just to pop them down. But once we're done with that, we can put it back in strong and have all of those UMGs just get... Oh, I almost died. Holy crap. Again, it's risky business even putting it on first for even a second. Especially since the slipstream, right? Look how fast that bat is. Oh wait, am I dead? Hold up. I need to buy bonuses. 10% damage. Uh-oh. 15? Bro, I'm dead. Magic quickening. Can I get a... Oh my god, the village doesn't reach. Oh, frick. 20? 20? Oh, this is gonna be so close. It's 30. Come on. Pop already, thank you. That was scarier than I had any business being. Now, that F-pad is gonna be the death of me. You know what? Let's focus on this then. Come on, strong targeting and Ball Light. So that it gets to 0 HP before the bad exits, come on. But no, I'm dead. I gotta redo the round. Alright, what do we do this time? Do we just try to beat maybe this bad and then let the fortified? I don't know. Or just beat the fortified bad, because we actually have good damage on it. Okay, fine. Focus all the damage on first then. Next time, don't goof around, actually buy the boost immediately, because you never know when a round might be too much for ya. Alright, once you beat this round though, it should be a lot easier, because, you know, the balloons won't be as slipstreamed. It's just how multiple lanes work when Vortex is on the field. And that was close. That could have been the end of the run there. If I said anything about this thing surviving many, many more stages, then I take that back immediately, because I don't think this has much in the tank, if I'm being honest. Let's see if there is an insta that can help, or an artifact. Come on, nope. Actually, yes. I dropped the glue storm a long time ago, but it's worth picking up again, because, well, the issue with the 101 glue is that, like, say I ran into Vortex again, having an ability to glue the balloons and also give +3 damage is a pretty decent bonus, so keep that, get rid of the Sniper Monkey. And let's see if there's many campfires. No, it seems like we're also just left with one in this path here. Oh no, it's actually looking like I'll have to play, it seems, 3 tiles for this stage. Well, I'll see you in like 5 hours, guys. I'm not even kidding. At least we get a legendary. Guarantee a legendary here. Let's see if any of these are good. Oh, this one will be an upgrade to a rare. Instead of 1.75, it's now 2. Let's get the legendary Sticky Situation. And I know you saw how much of a struggle Dreadbloon was, so as much as you might be curious to see if I can get to 90 on Blastopolis, I actually don't think I can. So we're gonna skip that. I don't want to use my skip now, because that means I have to play the next 3 guaranteed. So let's try to see if we can beat Midnight Mansion here. We're currently at 400% mob and Survivor HP to start off this tile. Here we are. I'm probably cooked, guys. Like, what the hell? I should use my sacrifice immediately, yeah? But that might not be enough to save me. Knock back the ZMGs, but is that going to be enough time? I have to keep my beam on strong. Unless I see something leaking. And then back on first. Back on strong again. If I can just save 2 more thousand, then maybe the Glooster +3 will save me. To add on to the reasoning why I should skip Blastopolis, it's also because it would slow down the attack speed of my main tower, aka Adora. So if it was hard enough to get to 84 on Dreadbloon that didn't have any debuffs, then imagine, well, that. And here we go. Gluestorm officially afforded. The +3 damage is probably doing peanuts in bonus damage, but it's really just to get the extra glue in the field. That is all. Looks like we're in trouble. We made it so far, but are we really going to fall to this bat here? Jeez, that was close. Last minute. But looks like there's another bat in the bottom left corner here. I don't think we have enough to tank, do we? We ran out of ball light, so it looks like it's over. No way I risk this, right? Yeah. Before I completely give up and jump back in, I just realized that I should probably dump this artifact. I talked about how good it was before, but just read it and you'll see why it's not good with the 1 monkey army. I don't need more damage from other towers because Adora is my damage, so instead I'm just getting like a nerf. I don't think Radius will really save me this round, but, well, I'm gonna dump it anyway and see if it makes a difference. But I think that's all I can do. If this doesn't work, then I think it's GG. As you see with the 20% range, it does see a bit more on the bottom left side. And wait a minute, we're popping the bats so much earlier now? I don't get it. How is it that the results are so much different? And what the hell is that giant projectile? Excuse me? I have not seen that before. Oh, I don't know about this. I hate this map. And it's actually really bad for Adora because of the way the map splits. Like, the balloons will be top and bottom. So I'm gonna take the risk and skip that. Hopefully we don't get another multi-laner. Come on, okay. Geared is actually reasonable. Pretty big issue, actually. I have to put Adora on the little cog. Otherwise, if it's over here, then on some rounds, Adora will be, like, here, which is even worse, further away from the cog, or the middle, than the cog is. So all I gotta do is survive 5 seconds, come on, for a longer I like to give range, and then I'm okay. Look at this, there we go. There's the full amount of range that I need to survive. So let's see if, again, we can survive the first round. This first bat is not looking good. Uh-oh, I did even use the sacrifice on attack shooter. Come on. Come on. Nice, there's 1. There's 2, and okay, no F-bats this round, so we good. And I know I can afford a Glue Storm right now, but I'm actually gonna wait to get Expertise. That's probably a better buff than +3 damage. Like, just getting the, well, 1 extra range, and 2 the Jungle Drums buff. I wish I had, like, an insta instead of having to spend, you know, this much money on a tier 5. Okay, downside of not getting Glue Storm is that my glue is getting put further and further back, and that's why it's actually making progress. Because I don't get the plus, like the multiplicative damage until the, well, glues are bad. So I don't know, if I can't beat this round, then I just have to buy Glue Storm first, and then go for expertise. But come on, we're so close anyway. Please clutch up, please clutch up, please clutch up. Oh, thank you. Come on, pop already, will ya? There we go. And there we go. $1 left over. Now, please clutch this. I don't think it's actually gonna clutch. Because even if we beat this, look at that F-Bad. There's no... It's full HP. I have to go for Glue Storm this round. Alright, Glue Storm time. Oh! I can't. So this happens because when you reload a round, Adora's Ball Light and Long Armor Light are, like, gone. Even though I just used it, like, a second before the round ended. Unlucky. I think the only way to save this run, because every tower does no damage, is get range. I think I already tested, and this Primary Inspiration Rare 14% range does not give me enough, which is crazy. I might need to get a Legendary, but I only have 4k to work with to reroll. So 4 rerolls to save the run. Now, I didn't get Glue Storm, so maybe... Oh, Super Monkey Storm. Should we just use that? I guess it might. If it gets us out of the round, then yeah. It's only 970. So wait for it. Now. There's Ball Light. It worked. Wow, thank you, Super Monkey Storm, for coming clutch. Let's never do that again. Wait, really? That clutch Super Monkey Storm and I'm still gonna die? I have to do an Adora sack this round? And that's still not that's barely giving me enough. If the rest of the 22 rounds gonna be like this, then we are in for a rough time, let me just say. Yeah, GG. 2 rounds after Super Monkey Storm saved my ass. I can't beat the bats now. Last try, for real, no backing out. There's not much I can do at this point. If it dies, it dies, and our 20-round, or rather, stage Chimps run is over. Any closer this time? Even if we do beat that, we definitely die to the other bad. And nope. Pop the bad, but the DTs leak instantly. And that's finally game. What a run. I'm not gonna lie, I think if I dropped the 1 army artifact and just went with normal towers, I probably could squeak out of it. Just because I'd have more options available, but either way, that is still a hefty amount of XP that I will gladly use now to upgrade my, well, power-ups that will help for future runs. Like, just take a look. That 65k is enough for, like, the legendary tiles, which I'm just gonna purchase instantly because I know these are definitely the best. Anyway, I am actually kind of relieved that the run is finally over, so thank you if you made it this far and watched the entire 21-stage Chimps journey. I'm gonna start a new one very soon, so again, stay tuned for that because I got some pretty interesting ideas. Have a deep day.